Hello guys, uh, I welcome all of you. And today this is this webinar session for BARC and GATE selected candidates who are going to appear in the interview of BARC and PSUs and M.Tech colleges through GATE. So today Sanjit is there, who is a scientist in the BARC Mumbai, and he'll share the tips related to the BARC interview preparation. And you can ask any question regarding the interview preparation in the last 10 minutes. So this session will be for 30 to 40 minutes. So I think now we should start. Sanjit, are you there?
Yes, sir. So is my voice audible?
Yeah, your voice is audible. Okay, let's start now.
Okay. So, see, I would not I shared most of the tips to all of you guys yesterday, and if some of you guys missed the meeting, you can visit the YouTube channel of findmytest.com and find the recording of yesterday's meeting. And one point that I missed is uh, there have been some very good experts in metallurgy who have achieved very good ranks in GATE, and they are a part of a Find My Test team. So, uh, we have collaborated and made a video lecture series which is available in the Find My Test portal. So there also you can get a lot of ideas about what are the type of the questions, or even if you want to build up your fundamentals for the next upcoming GATE exam, you can also visit the website of findmytest.com and have a look. Sir, in our YouTube channel, I guess we have some of the videos which are freely available also.
For what?
So for that GATE preparation, some of the videos.
Yeah, there are so many webinar sessions we have uploaded on the YouTube,
Mm.
and there are so many interview sessions with the gate toppers. So students can watch all those videos to get an idea about the preparation. And for more information and queries, students can message us on 95099 or can visit on findmytest.com.
Yes, sir. And yeah, again, it's a free service for all the students. It's not that it is only for the ones who are purchasing the test series. Like anybody who is interested can message us anytime.
Yeah, anybody can message anytime. It's free for
Yeah.
all.
Okay. Continuing that the remaining questions from the yesterday's session. So see, I will. As I will recollect all the remaining questions from yesterday's session, I will answer them. But right now, if you guys have any questions, you can ask in the chat box, or else I will continue with it. See, some of the questions that I have collected, that I have talked to my seniors here and my batchmates here who are currently working in BRC. So I have collected their interview questions too, and of some of the topics, and I have combined it. So I would like all of you guys to be interactive. Like you can judge your level of preparation during this session only. And yeah, and if some of the questions you think or some of the concepts you think you need to build upon, you still have time till your interview date. So please act on it. So somebody, okay, there is nothing on chat. Acha, what is important topic in corrosion for interview? Okay, Suraj has asked it. So see, first of all, to 70% of the students who say that corrosion is their favorite topic, the first question which is asked by almost every panel is draw the Courbet diagram and define the various regions in it. So you have to be very, very thorough with it. Suppose if I say you to draw even if you forget the exact values, let's say you are drawing Pourbaix diagram for chromium, or you are drawing Pourbaix diagram for iron. Even if you, like if you forget that where iron hydroxide is stable, or let's say where Fe2 plus ions is stable. So even if you forget all these, it's okay, but please don't forget what is the active region, what is the passive region. Okay, so these are the things which is important. And also please don't forget in the Pourbaix diagram, the regions of stability of the hydrogen line and the oxygen line. So that is also very, very important. Like if you miss it, you may end up losing marks, if you say that corrosion is your favorite topic. Okay. And the second most important point in corrosion is again the sensitization of 304 SS grade steel. Now, this is the question that means that is being asked, especially to the final year undergrads who are appearing for the interview. And to reduce it. And second is, suppose even if you answer that, okay, sir, one of the ways is we can use a stabilized grade steel. So the interview panel will cross question you that what are the various types of defects which is found in the stabilized grade of stainless steel. Okay, so देखो, जब cross questioning हो रही है ना, so घबराना नहीं है. Okay, please don't fear. Some of the cross questions, they may be out of the box, but you have to answer it to the best of your knowledge in a very calm and relaxed way. And I'm again and again telling कि कुछ बच्चों की ये शिकायत होती है कि अरे सर, मतलब मेरी तो इंग्लिश मैं उतना कंफर्टेबल नहीं हूँ कम्युनिकेट करने में. इट्स ओके. In BRC interview, there is no barrier to communication. And trust me, in any PSU interview, there is no language barrier in communication. अगर आप हिंदी में कंफर्टेबल हैं, आप इंटरव्यू पैनल को बोल दीजिए सर मैं इंग्लिश में उतना कंफर्टेबल नहीं हूँ. उन्हें सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपके कॉन्सेप्ट से मतलब है. They will only see your concepts. Okay, so be relaxed in whatever language means what, either Hindi or English. Okay, so but just be relaxed, don't get tensed. Okay, language is not a barrier if you are conceptually very strong in these interviews. Yeah, so I think I answered Suraj. And see, Suraj, I would like to add one more point, that some of the questions which I'm saying that they might be out of the boxes, like the interview panel may ask. Suppose if I give you an amorphous material and a polycrystalline material, let's say an amorphous copper and a polycrystalline copper, and tell you, and like they might ask you that tell me which is more corrosion resistant. Right. So, like we know the answer. Of course, the amorphous materials are more corrosion resistant than the polycrystalline material. So, but you need to explain it. You need to explain it properly. You need to convince them in your own words. It is always better whenever you are appearing for an interview in research organizations such as DRDO and BRC. It is always recommended कि you should try to answer in your own words. ऐसा लगना नहीं चाहिए कि तुमने किताब से रट लिया, तुम वहां पे बना के आ गए. No, please don't do it. One of the best example is, suppose in like this question again has been asked many times in BR's interview in physical metallurgy domain, that define quench cracking. Okay, so define quench cracking. So some of the students, they directly start with the diagram, and they draw the diagram that okay, that residual tensile stresses that develop at the outer region where martensite is developed. This is the correct answer, but the point is how you approach to that answer. Okay, if you directly start explaining to them in a bookish language, like they will get a negative impact that okay, that you are, like you are lacking the basic concepts, although you will be knowing it. You're getting my point. But you should always try to explain the concepts in a bookish language, so that the senses a higher cooling rate, so the martensite is forming. The core do not experience as much cooling rate as that experienced by the surface. So there, the martensite transformation might start at a later period of time. Okay, so likewise, stepwise you have to answer. Stepwise answering will clearly show that your concepts are crystal clear. Okay, please answer the questions, or explain or try to explain the concepts in your own words rather than going for a very bookish answer that the interview panel doesn't like it. Okay. And yeah, so I guess I have answered. Suraj, there are more questions. Can you share the questions that you have sourced? Yes, that's what I'm doing, Kishore. See, suppose if I ask, I don't know how many of you are appearing for the interview, but this question is being asked in many PSU interviews also, as well as in college. Like if you are in a final year of your B.Tech, in company various companies come. So in their selection interviews also they ask that the interstitial atoms, they provide more hardening than substitutional atoms. How do you explain it? Come on, any of you, just give me a reason why interstitial atoms, they provide more hardening than substitutional atoms. Okay, so you can write in the chat box later. See, most of the students now, well, yeah, exactly, yes. Suraj is typing. Yeah, please do it. They interact with edge and screw. See, if you limit your answer to this, that the interstitial atoms, they interact with both screw and edge dislocations, it is not going to satisfy the committee which is sitting there. You have to also explain that why is it interacting, why the interstitial atom are interacting with both edge and screw, and the substitutional atoms, they're interacting only with the edge dislocations and not with the screw dislocations. So you have to explain it in a way that that you have to explain the stress field of both the edge dislocation and the screw dislocation, and you have to explain the asymmetrical distortion produced by the interstitial atom. मैं सिर्फ यहाँ पे एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, ऐसे बहुत से सवाल होते हैं. Then one of the questions which is asked to many of the many of the candidates in interview is, all of you know, I guess, about uh, the Beer's process, which is used during the extraction of aluminium, right? So they ask us, like, the Beer's process, it is carried out in an aqueous solution of NaOH, and we are using a temperature of 220 degrees Celsius. We know that water has a boiling point of 100 degrees Celsius. So why not the water is evaporating? How the water is still in the liquid state in the Beer's process, right? So you have to answer this question again. Please, if you have a pen and a paper, please do write this question. This question has been asked many times. So you have to explain right from the Clausius-Clapeyron equation, and using that Clausius-Clapeyron equation, you have to explain ki, like, how is it possible that we are going beyond the boiling point and still the water is in the liquid state? So that will basically show that, okay, that you have read the concepts, you are able to interlink extractive metallurgy with the thermodynamics. इंटरलिंकिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है और ये डेफिनेटली आपको इंटरव्यू पे एक्स्ट्रा मार्क्स आपको फेच करेगा. यस, व्हाट सूरज said is obviously correct. We go for a pressure of around 25 MPa, so still the water is in the liquid state. Because when you draw the phase diagram, you can see that the dp by dt value is positive for the case of water. Okay, and again, one of the one of the most basic questions which have been asked is from the manufacturing manufacturing technology domain, is the defects in the rolling, their causes and remedies. So please do write this question also and be prepared with it, because to me also they have asked this question when I was appearing for the interview for the first time. And this is a very common question which is asked even in the sale interviews, or also in most of the iron and steel making companies. They do ask this question, that what are the various defects in rolling, their causes as well as the remedies. So you have to explain it, and try to be short, don't be too much descriptive, but yeah, don't miss out any point while explaining your answer. Okay, and it would be better in BR's interview if you can schematically represent the various defects and rolling. That is very important. Okay, so let's move on to some of the questions. So one of the questions is, what are the important topics in iron and steel making? See, in iron and steel making now, it depends on on what for what company you are appearing, right? Yeah, Suraj, I will come to your question. I saw your question two times. I will come to your question after this. So in iron and steel making, one of the important concepts is you should understand the aerodynamics of the blast furnace. Like suppose if they ask you how, I'm just taking a sample question. If they ask you that how the sponge iron is made, this is again a very repetitive question which have been asked to many of the candidates appearing for the interview. That if you are explaining the sponge iron making, you should right from the raw materials. It's not necessary to remember each and every detail. इंसान है, मशीन नहीं है, ठीक है, चलेगा. आपको उसके साइज रेंज याद नहीं है, it's okay, fine. But you should be at least, it is expected from you that you should be able to write the basic chemical reactions involved in it, right? Even if you're saying that one of the questions which was asked to me, that explain the ferroalloy making in BR's interview. So how do you explain the ferroalloy making? It's okay. Even if you're not able to remember the temperature which is being used in the electric arc furnace, at least you should remember the raw materials, their basic chemical reactions, and the metallothermic reactions. If it is being involved, you should be able to write those reactions at least. डिटेल्स नहीं याद है, चलेगा, उनको वैल्यूज से कोई मतलब नहीं है. They are not there to see how much you can remember. They are sitting there to see how much you can read between the lines and understand the concept. Right? अगर मैं यहाँ पे पूछूं कि precipitate coarsening क्या होता है, आप सारे बच्चे बता दोगे, लिटरली आप सब लोग बता दोगे. But if I say you to you know derive the equation for precipitate coarsening, you won't be able to answer it. Why? Because see, I'm not discouraging any of you. You might be able to answer it if you have read it, but most of the students, they ignore this thing. ठीक है? तो I'm not saying to remember the whole derivation, but I'm just saying कि उसका जो like the basic concept which is involved there, that we use the power of 3 to the radius, that r cube minus r naught cube is equal to kt. So you should be at least able to explain in that interview that what that r stands for, what that r naught stands for, what is the significance of k, on what factors my precipitate coarsening depends. My mutual, the equilibrium solubility, my supersaturation, my diffusivity, the interfacial energy, right? एक क्वेश्चन ये भी पूछते हैं कई बार precipitate coarsening से कि suppose if I am giving you a cubical shaped precipitate and a spherical precipitate, so which will grow more faster? Obviously the spherical precipitate, but you have to interlink the concept of interfacial energy while explaining this concept of precipitate coarsening. Right? Why, while explaining the answer to this question, that why spherical precipitates will grow more rapidly than cubical shaped precipitate. Okay. It's just an example, but again, this is again a very important question which has been asked to me in at least 2 or 3 PSU exams, like PSU interviews. Okay. Second is um, okay. So yeah, again, coming back to mechanical metallurgy, please do write these 2 or 3 questions that I am right now saying to you. One is draw the creep curve and define its various stages. This question is like has been asked so many times now that I don't know why students still do mistake. Okay, they have means the interview panel does what now? It will say that, okay, you have drawn the creep curve. Now explain how this creep curve will change if I increase the temperature. Explain how this creep curve will change if I increase the strain rate. So they will cross question you in order to see how much you have been able to, to understand, or how much you have been able to take from this particular concept, like from whatever source you are reading it. Okay. So most of the students, they get stuck after explaining the various stages of creep curve, but you should also be able to explain what are the effect of various parameters which will affect the creep curve. Please do write this question and prepare this question thoroughly. Okay. And second is again, if I say about one of the important arena in mechanical metallurgy is the fatigue. So they might ask you that what are the various ways to increase the fatigue resistance? And one of the tricky question they might ask is, does electroplating really helps in improving the fatigue resistance? Okay, so I'm opening this question to everyone. Tell me, does electroplating really help in improving the fatigue resistance? Please. अरे यार गेट पीवाईक्यू में भी ये सवाल पूछा जा चुका है. ठीक है. सी आई एम टेलिंग यू, प्रॉब्लम ये है ना कि हाँ एग्जैक्टली what Kishore answered, most of the students do answer this. But if you read reader thoroughly, then they have mentioned 1 or 2 instances where electroplating helps in improving the fatigue resistance. The general answer is no. The electroplating does not help in improving the fatigue resistance, but there are some of the cases where electroplating does help. So if the interview panel is asking you a question, before answering it, I would say please think in all the directions and then answer the question. The general answer is no, but there are certain exceptions where electroplating actually helps in improving the fatigue resistance. Okay. Okay, so how many years of bond in BRC? In BRC, you have 3 years of bond, but unlike in other PSUs, here the bond amount does not increase. Okay, the bond amount is around um, 6.5 lakhs of the amount that you basically receive during your training period. So that's the bond amount, and it does not increase. In other companies, what happens is like in SAIL and NALCO, if you have a bond amount of 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs now, it gets it starts getting reduced as per this the service time that you have the service time that you have spent with that particular company. So in BRC, the bond amount is fixed. Whatever you will receive in your training period, that you have to give if you are leaving this organization within 3 years of service. But again, most of the students, they don't leave it. है ना? Yeah, and again, Suraj was asking that how much is the minimum duration of BR's interview for selection? देखो बॉस, सूरज यार, मैं एक बहुत फ्रैंक चीज बता रहा हूँ तुम्हें. अगर तुम ये सोच के चल रहे हो कि if your interview is being conducted for 2 hours, you will be definitely be selected, or your gate rank is all India rank 1, so you will definitely be selected. Please remove this misconception out of your head. The Your ranking or your marks is solely based on the conceptual clarity that you have. Okay, it is not based on the time that you spent during the interview, and it is not based on how much marks or how much rank that you have achieved in the BRC exam or in the GATE exam. It is 100% based on whatever you perform during your interview. Okay, so please remove this misconception. See, my own interview went on for 50 minutes, and the other candidates which appeared for the interview, they appeared for 1 hour and 45 minutes. See, if you are answering all the questions, definitely they will check your extent or your depth up to how much you have understood the topic. But this interview, what to say, the duration, this interview duration does not is not डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड विथ योर चांसेस ऑफ सिलेक्शन. ऐसा नहीं है कि ज्यादा टाइम ले लिए तो तुमको तुम्हारा सिलेक्शन का प्रोबेबिलिटी ज्यादा हो गया. ऐसा नहीं है. इफ यू आर कंसेप्चुअली क्लियर, वो तुमको 50 मिनट में बाहर भेज देंगे. ठीक है, तो डिस्करेज होने की कोई बात नहीं है. आप बस अपने कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी को बिल्डअप करने पे फोकस करो. अगर आप वहां पे बैठ के इंटरव्यू कमिटी को लटकाते रहोगे ना क्वेश्चंस में, अब वो पूछ कुछ रहे हैं, उन्हें सुनना कोई और आंसर है, आप अपना ही एक आंसर बना के उसे प्रूफ करने में लगे रहोगे, यू विल स्पेंड 2 hours inside the interview room. But again, it's no point spending that much time inside it, right? So if you are conceptually clear, either the interview goes for 50 minutes or the interview goes for 2 hours, your chances of selection will definitely increase. Okay. And one of the questions in chat box was, okay, how to get a good rank in GATE 2025? Any tips, sir? See, if you look at the GATE paper of, if you look at, the question paper of GATE 2024, you will realize that, some of the questions, they have been very easy, and some of the questions, they have been very tricky, right? Why such a variation? It's because, scoring the passing marks in GATE is very easy. What matters is how much you can score above than the average. आपका पासिंग मार्क्स आ जाएगा, आपका गेट रैंक भी आ जाएगा, बट अगर वो अंडर मेटलर्जी में, आई विल बी वेरी फ्रैंक, इफ यू आर लकी इन दैट ईयर, like the year 2022, many PSUs are coming, then fine. You even if your gate rank is under 150, there are high chances of getting any PSU. But to be in a secure position, you must always try to be to get a rank which is under 50, to be in a secure position. Okay, and to do that, we, like as I said, that the metallurgy experts which are there in the team of Findmytest.com, we have created a very short and crisp video lecture series to help you with the concepts which are important, only those concepts which are important. इधर इधर की बात की ही नहीं गई है. Short videos है, crisp videos है. You can, you can go and you can watch them if you want, or if you if you don't want, it's again, it's your wish. But हमारी कोशिश ये की गई है कि जो गलतियां हमने अपने टाइम पे की थी, that we started very haphazardly, कि पता ही नहीं है यार कहाँ से स्टार्ट करे, कितना करे. These questions were with us during our preparation time. So from our mistakes and from our experience, we have prepared this short and crisp video lecture series and the test series where only the important concepts are being asked. If you remember in GATE 2024, most of the students, they did wrong with the radius of the pellet question came, right? After reduction, how much will be the radius of the pellet? I'm not remembering that question, but this exact question we posted in our Findmytest portal, one of the full length test series 2 years back. Okay, so now it has been asked in GATE 2024. So the point is, मैं यहाँ पे किसी भी टेस्ट सीरीज को एडवर्टाइज नहीं कर रहा हूं. आपकी मर्जी है, आपकी मर्जी, आप जो टेस्ट सीरीज से प्रिपेयर करो. बट द पॉइंट इज, what we want is, we don't want your precious time to get wasted, and that's what we are here for. Okay, so from our experience and from our mistakes, we have learned certain things and we have collected the most important topics, right? And we have included it in our test series as well as in our video lecture series. If you want, you can go through. बाकी आपको अपने टाइम का क्या करना है वो आप बेहतर जानते हैं. Okay, next is okay, can you discuss challenging projects you worked on and how to overcome obstacles? These are the HR questions which right now I should not answer it in this session. Okay, I will answer it. I will answer it. But again, I would like to attend this question that, sir, can you please tell about the revision strategy for GATE exam? For revision, again, as I have said you, your own handwritten notes are very, very important. Literally very, very important. अगर आपके पास आपके खुद के हैंड रिटन नोट्स नहीं होंगे ना, it clearly shows that you have not read that topic properly, or at least you are not able, or you will be not able to explain that topic when it will be asked to you in any PSU interview or in any interview of research organizations such as GATE, BRC, or ISRO, whatever you are attending. Okay, so handwritten notes are very, very important. Please do practice the questions. Or see, one day before the GATE exam, do not try to accommodate or do not try to learn many new concepts. Most of the students, they do कि अरे यार ये बाद में देख लेंगे, अरे यार ये बाद में देख लेंगे. आखिरी दिन आता है, एकदम से पूरा एक साथ दिमाग में भर लेते हैं. गेट एग्जाम देते हैं, कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं. Please don't do it. Please avoid doing this. You should learn the new concepts, or you should learn or you should revise the old concepts 1 month before the GATE exam, and till that 1 month and that 1 month period which is before the 1 month period before the GATE exam, you should reserve it only and only for the test series, and and you should keep on revising your handwritten notes. आपके handwritten notes में खाली concepts ही नहीं होंगे. Your handwritten notes includes your tips, your shortcuts, your formulas, your important questions, your important doubts. Okay, so these things you should keep on revising, and that 1 month you should focus entirely on giving the test series of whatever test series you have purchased. Okay, so please don't try to what to say, please don't try to learn many new concepts 1 day before the GATE exam, which most of the students, they do try. And again, they get stressed and then they panic during the exam. So please ऐसा मत करना. Be confident. GATE metallurgy is easy, provided you have prepared it enough to beat the other competitors. आपको वहां पे 100% marks नहीं लाना है. You are getting it. There will be some questions which hardly, let's say, 10 to 20 students can solve. But you have to see the, how can you attain the maximum marks, not the full marks. Okay, so have this mentality and sit for the GATE exam. Difference between BARC and PSU. Uh, Again, inside the BRC also, there are many manufacturing units where the work environment is similar to that of PSU. But since it is a research-based organization, so most of the activities that are carried here, they include your mental work and not your physical work. Okay. So again, like this is the only answer that I can give right now. And in PSU again, see, you have, if you want monetary benefits, please, um, this is my honest opinion. If you want any monetary benefits, you should, go for PSU. But if you have an interest in really working on some government projects of India, please do join these research organizations. You will be exposed to literally a lot of knowledge here. But if you are looking for monetary benefits, don't join research organizations. Okay, join PSU. You will be more happy there. So please guide us on what else should we now do? Should we do now apart from GATE exam preparation if you're targeting BRC? Again, in GATE exam specifically, you will be solving questions, right? The conceptual questions as well as the numerical questions. But in BRC interview, you have to describe your answer. It's not just कि आपने tick mark मार दिया और आपको answer मिल गया, है ना? In BRC, you have to describe your answer. So in order to describe your answer, again, reading books is very, very important. The standard books, reading the standard books is very, very important. And for GATE exam, we have made a set of formulas which you can use it for your revision anytime. And that set of formulas can be found in the